YouTube. Welcome back to another episode of The Heart of a Family, episode 207. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. How everybody doing today? Look like I'm the only one on here, so I'm talking to y'all in the chat, in the comment section, on the couch, whatever you doing, wherever you at, I'm talking to y'all. Um, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Let's look at this foolishness that happened down in Austin, Texas. Um, Prayers and condolences to the families of those that are involved in the suspect. Telling you, they need to bring back that firing squad stuff, man. They need to stop playing. They need to implement fear into people because people ain't scared, man. People are not scared. Well, I mean, normal people are scared. Some people aren't scared and they ain't normal. Um, but yeah, let me pull this up real quick. Hopefully, my my service or internet is better today. I know it was lagging yesterday. I apologize for that. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and I need to download OBS so I can do that instead of just doing it off of Zoom. But yeah, bear with me, y'all. Bear with us.
Show you where the photographer had to step back just a little bit. They were in the Target parking lot a moment ago, but now it looks like they are across the street from the scene. And the earliest report was that 4 were injured in this shooting, and now still very fluid right now. And especially during these breaking news times, the numbers can definitely change. And we will continue to update you here on this matter right now. But again, a very fluid situation that is happening at this Austin, Texas Target, and there was an active manhunt going on where police were giving the update on what the suspect was being accused of here in
4 total patients involved. Please avoid the area as this is an active scene with multiple public safety agencies working. It's in a busy area.
this shooting. They were saying they were looking for a white male that had.
Oh, I was just about to ask what y'all think he was. White, black, Asian, persuasion, what? White. Man, what the?
Khaki shorts on, possibly with a floral Hawaiian shirt. And we are continuing to track this here for you on Live Now from Fox. But again, breaking news at the scene here of this Target. And you can see multiple law enforcement agencies are out and about here in the parking lot. You got a PetSmart there near the Target as well in this strip mall area. But very, very dramatic moments here played out earlier at the Target that we are learning of. At large, the suspect is described as a white male, possibly wearing khaki shorts, Hawaiian floral shirt. Do not approach for your safety. Avoid the area. Call 911 if you see any suspicious activity. All right, we have a new vantage point right now for you, and you can see the parking lot right now that continues to be flooded with first responders and Everyone that continues to join us during this breaking news situation outside of this Target out in Austin, Texas. You see the first responders that have come to the scene. We have now learned that the suspect has been detained, but unfortunately, 2 people have lost their lives. We don't know if any others have been injured, but the initial call came out that at least 4 people had been shot, but now we are learning that 2 people have been killed. Unfortunately, the suspect detained here and still awaiting the latest from police, but that will come in due time. Right now, that investigation still in its very, very early stages, but you see the ambulances that are on standby as well. You had the fire department coming out, and right now just a slew of investigators that are coming to the scene right now and going to be working this for the rest.
Mhm. Man, what's up with all this nonsense violence going on? Why, like, why we gotta hurt people to feel, I don't know, satisfied? We gotta take somebody else's life to feel complete or something. Some people got some neurons not firing, some cylinders not clicking. But yeah, condolences to those that are involved. Get that man the fire squad. Um, man, what else we gonna get into? Um, oh, hold on, think we got an update. Hold on, we got an update.
Out in Austin, Texas. Let's listen on live now.
4-year-old granddaughter. Those are the lives we lost yesterday. There are no words that can truly capture the grief these families are experiencing or the shock our community feels. To our officers and first responders who rushed to the scene and rendered aid under such tragic circumstances, thank you. I know the sights you faced yesterday will never leave you, but your compassion and your courage do not go unnoticed. What happened yesterday was an unprovoked and deliberate attack. We also had our air support in the air who was able to find the car and follow the car at that point.
Was any flock safety cameras used at all?
We no longer have flock safety cameras.
Gotcha.
Let's go to Angela and then we'll go.
All right, so y'all in the comments, let me know what y'all think was wrong with Buddy. Y'all think he gonna claim mental health? Um, a copycat? Did he have a manifesto? Was he targeting? Like, what is like? Look like a normal dude to me. But then again, outside looking in, you don't really know anybody. Don't want to get this dude any more time. So he's gonna hit play. He gonna have his day.
The camera over here. Did the suspect, give any reason as to why he did this, what his motive may have been?
He said that he was Jesus, and there was really no reason whatsoever given. It was a completely random choosing of the victims.
Gosh, so I guess going off of that, what is the basis that the department says the suspect has a history of mental illness? I know that was a phrase that was used yesterday, that he has a history of mental illness. What was kind of the thing that was based on that? And if you could tell us more about that history.
I think looking at his record and APD's involvement with him, I don't want to get into specifics at this point because we are talking about medical. But again, I can say that as far as the victims he chose, those were random, but this man had some serious issues. And I think about the systems that failed. In a way, as we move forward, we're looking at this background. And again, this is going to be things that are going to be coming up in the months and the years ahead. there were some serious failures here on behalf of, many when you're looking at potentially some mental illness there.
Over to Eva and then up here.
I just wondering if there were any recent welfare checks, and also I had heard Senator Eckhart say today that he was found naked and holding a Bible.
Hold on now. Recent welfare checks. So does he have a history of some mental health crisis? Buddy claimed he was Jesus. I think they just said he was running around naked or something. So was he high off that good dope like back in the 80s? Or is something really wrong with dude? But either way, I'm just bamboozled on why, like how people like, you know what I'm saying? He look about like 30 maybe, late 20s. Hell, he might be early 30s. Um, he don't look too old. So how you go majority of your life and then something just switches and you just start acting erratic. You act out, you do something and you flash out. I don't get it. Like, has he always been like this? Or something trigger him? Um, or the dude just don't give a fuck about life anymore? Clearly he don't, which is why he did what he did. But like, is there something wrong with him? And I've seen like, every mass shooter or somebody that was involved in multiple unalivings, they tend to claim insanity or whatever. Listen, yeah, I need to hear more about his background as far as mental health, because Buddy looks sane to me. He looked regular degular. Um, I could be wrong though. Don't judge a book by its cover. But hey, so we listen and we don't judge. But some people judge, like me. I don't care. Come for me in the comments. I stereotype. Guess what? Don't care. Anywho, let's find out about Buddy's mental health history.
And wondered if you could comment on that.
That is when officers approached him, and he was tased at that point and taken into custody.
And then any recent welfare checks?
I don't recall any that I saw.
Here and then Adrian.
Can you confirm if he was employed before this incident and if there was anybody that was concerned about his behavior prior to this? I talked to somebody that knew him that said that he was acting kind of out of the normal before this.
Nathan, did you want to answer that? Nothing. Yeah.
Now, the people are very scared of these type of incidents. What are doing for preventing these type of things when the people are going crazy with a gun?
Well, I think, you have to look at this, and we've got someone with some serious mental health issues, and where are we able to take them? What help are they getting when you're dealing with someone with these issues? Where does someone with this capacity to do this get a weapon, and when does a family member feel comfortable giving someone with these issues a weapon?
Go to Mario, and then we'll head back over to you.
With the criminal history that he has, a lot of people are asking how was he wandering in the street, like how he wasn't part of the criminal justice, why was he free?
Yeah, I think looking at his record, I don't think we had any incidents with him. I think 2024 was the last contact we had, and that was him calling for some found property that he was turning over to us. I have not had an opportunity, and I don't know that Nathan has from homicide, an opportunity to delve into his history here and what each case, where that developed from.
Over here, and then we'll go back.
Yeah, you guys said, when you found him, it was a family member's gun. Did you guys end up recovering that weapon? Do you have any other details on that weapon specifically?
We do, yes. So I'd mentioned he had crashed out that gray 4Runner, and it was recovered in that vehicle before he switched and then proceeded to assault other people without a gun.
Do you know how many shots were fired?
I don't. That's unknown at this time. We're still collecting all the information, but it's believed the only shots fired were at the target.
And piggybacking on that, could the family face any charges for allowing this weapon to get into his hands? Or I don't know all the details of it, but what could we see there?
Sure. Unknown. We still have to investigate that.
Over here in the red, and then up here.
Yeah, sorry. That was going to be my question, is whether or not the family member would be held accountable or if there will be any accountability for the person who gave him that gun.
Sure. Like I said, we still have to look into it.
That too. I think people, so obviously, We have the right to bear arms, okay? Firm believer of it. I believe everybody should carry. Everybody, male, female, of age, you need to know how to operate a firearm, um, just in case. Especially if you're gonna have them in the house, you need to be well trained on them, be able to train others in the house, and be able to teach young ones about the dangers and the uh, uh, the safety measures that need to be taken around these weapons. Um, but yeah, I think they need to start having some consequence for a firearm that is not a firearm ending up in somebody else's hands. Um, so the owner, and if it was misplaced or he didn't know he took it, well, you need to do a better job of keeping track of your weapons. Um, no, it's not as uh, no, it's easier said than done, but I mean, people check their bank account every day. People, you know what I'm saying? They check whatever every day. Check and make sure your firearm's still there. Make sure it's not played with or tampered with. Um, because who's to say if they never gave him or lost track or whatever happened, however he got this firearm, probably could have prevented this incident. Who knows if he was already set to go down this path, but there was, I think, the steps that could be taken to prevent stuff like this from happening in the future. Um, but dang, like, even if you do have consequences, what would you charge them with? Can they be charged with, dang, y'all let me know down in the comments what you think should, um, if you're owner of a firearm and it ends up in the wrong hands of somebody you know or close to you or something like this or something that's happened in the past where kids take it or whatever. I do think there needs to be some kind of consequence. That way we know like, hey, we have something in our house that could potentially put everybody's life at risk, not only around us, but people that we don't even know. And dang, I can't even imagine being the parents of the victims and because you already know like how can you let your son be around the firearm? Just the emotions they're going through, the anger, the questioning, the man, like because they want justice, they want some kind of you know solution or remedy out of this because you can't get the victims back. So how are you gonna apply an equal consequence and then a consequence that doesn't keep happening to other people? Um, I'm talking about the consequence of losing your loved ones due to stupid ass actions. And we do need some stronger gun laws too. Better background checks, mental health screenings. Yeah, we need the whole nine. We need the whole nine. This needs to stop happening for real.
And on the history of mental health, are you guys aware of a specific diagnosis that he has received over time? And at any point,
What y'all think it is? Diagnosis, I would just say bipolar. Um, but then again, see, I just caught myself kind of stereotyping. About to say, buddy, don't look like a schizophrenic, but then again, what does a schizophrenic look like? Don't know. I don't know. different personalities. I don't know, man. And I want to know more about what led up to the shooting. Because I think that will tell us a lot too. We need to do our research and due diligence before we. Either way, if I was a judge, you ain't getting out. Don't even ask me about parole, appealing, none of that. None of that. You ask for appeal, we going to the firing squad so they can peel something back. Other than that, you gonna rot. Rot. That's how we doing it. E for president. Remember that. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna say bipolar, and they may throw out schizophrenia or schizophrenic. I could be wrong, but it looked regular. He just probably hated life.
Did he receive treatment? Was he ever put somewhere for treatment? Any more light on that? Because you said, Chief, you mentioned that the system failed. I'm just trying to get a better understanding of what part of the system actually failed.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking about the past incidents that we had with him on mental health runs, and where is the follow-up there? And for someone to have the capacity to take the life of 3 innocent people and a 4-year-old child. As we move forward, we're going to look.
3 people. Blessings and condolences to those 3 families.
Looking more into this, it will be interesting to kind of peel that back and see where those failures took place.
So is there a specific diagnosis?
There is not that I'm aware of. No.
We'll go to Kelsey, then in the green.
Can you tell us what kind of gun you had him?
You want the gun?
I don't remember the exact type. It was a handgun pistol.
Status of the people who were carjacked, like injured or in their cars. What can you tell us about that?
Assault with injury. So, like the driver of the water truck was assaulted. He's okay. It was relatively minor injury. That obviously trauma. Like someone jumps in your vehicle. I think there's probably going to be more lasting injury from that.
And the Volkswagen.
Same thing. Assaulted physically, but and thrown from the vehicle as well.
Take a few more. Let's go to Eva. Then do we have a question in the back here? And then we'll go back.
The press release mentioned something about him throwing a brick in someone's window from his Bible study. Do you know more about how that was called in?
Make any type of statement like that.
Do you know if he was on any drug?
Type of statement about this instance.
He shouldn't have them.
Well, I think I need to learn more about this instance, right? And was this gun handed to him? How was this given before I make any type of statement like that?
Do you know if he was on any drugs at the time? And then also,
about that? Sure.
The press release mentioned something about him throwing a brick in someone's window from his Bible study. Do you know more about how that was called in and more about the Bible study connection?
Sure. We're still looking into the drug portion of it. He could have been under the influence of narcotics. It might not necessarily be all attributed to mental illness, so we're still investigating all of that. The brick through the window was called in by somebody he had known who had claimed to have had Bible study with him in the past. So he recognized him and just called, his window being vandalized, and then he left that scene and proceeded to move on.
We'll do here, Betty, and then finish here.
Yeah, Target told us to ask you guys any questions as regards to their situation. They told me today that the store is closed. Do you guys have any timeline as to when that Target will reopen?
We do not know. As soon as we cleared the scene, which we did last night, it was in their custody, so we're not holding it for any other reason, so it's up to them as to when they were to reopen.
Oh, can you elaborate the timeline when you said that he tried to steal the water truck?
And this is one of the sad things about this. Target gonna open right back up. Business is gonna continue as usual. But 3 innocent people's lives are not. Because of whatever system you may think, whatever signs people have missed from family, reports from teachers in school that this guy may have been causing trouble with something. but that's one of the cold truths and scary things about life. Things just gonna keep going. Telling y'all, love each other. Stop all this nonsense, man. If you feel with negative thoughts, man, seek help. Reach out. There's alternatives than violence. Um, there's alternatives than making yourself a statistic in the wrong category. We can't even go to fucking Target, my guy. We can't even go to Walmart. We can't do shit. And then it's just like if we just avoiding stuff, like we just gonna walk around scared. Like, why can't we just be? I know we can't be a utopia, but like, why can't we just be copacetic, be cool, be chill, be tranquil with each other? Just man, we get distracted by so much shit, and we let things get in the way of what really matters in life and the little things that we just seem to forget about. And we take things for granted, man. We can't even go to the store and get groceries without worrying about our fellow citizen. When is this shit gonna stop? Is it ever gonna stop? Like, what do we have to do? We obviously have to come together, but the powers of whoever, I'm not saying God, Jesus, but whoever is running this thing loves to keep us divided, and we somehow seem to like that division. We somehow seem to get a kick out of separating ourselves from regular human beings just like us, but we seem to see them different. We seem to not respect them as much as we respect everything else that we look up to. Shit, wow, man. Kids can't go to school. We can't go to the mall. We can't go out to eat. Man, we can't go out for a walk. Man, we can't do nothing. How do we, as much data as they have on us, how do we not have data on people's mental health by just gathering what they're looking up, what they're consuming every day? Like, how are there no signs? How does nothing trigger something and make an alert go off? You know what I'm saying?
Started, and then he just got to the Toyota where the cows were in.
Yes. So tell me the specific incidents, the times you're looking
Yeah,
for.
so the water truck, before he got to the Forerunner, he didn't start the truck.
So the water truck was at about 2:20 p.m. and then the Volkswagen 2:25.
Was it because he couldn't start that truck? And
Correct. He's there's video of it, and he's sitting there trying to start it, and you can tell that he cannot operate the vehicle.
Let's go to Betty and we'll finish out over here.
Do you feel like flock safety cameras would have helped even more? I know y'all were quick in what you did, but would have helped even more in the pursuit of him?
Yes, I'm a big fan of the and maybe not flock camera, definitely a fan of the LPR and what that can do. And when you're looking at violent crimes such as this, it absolutely helps in the apprehension. Yes.
And what do we know about the suspect? Did he live alone? Did he live with family? What kind of job did he do? Was he able to? Was he functioning? If you came across him on any given day, would you think he's a properly functioning person?
From what I heard, he worked at a restaurant nearby and lived alone. And that's as far as I know about him.
Thanks. And we'll do one more for you.
Okay. When somebody has a mental health hold placed on them, how does that affect them? I mean, what's the process when you come across them?
So the process for the police department, we're called to either a suspected mental issue. Officers respond, they talk to the person, and if in their opinion they do need.
So it's the officer's judgment They're making a judgment call on a mental health concern. At this point, why are we even playing? Like, if there's some call or concern, it was for a reason. Go ahead and take Buddy down to the office and get him evaluated by a real psychiatrist. Psychologist, whatever the person is, psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever. Take him down there for a couple of hours. Let him get asked some questions, whatever. At least that way, y'all aren't relying on street level cops. I ain't coming for the cops, but I'm just saying we got to do something to prevent this from happening over and over and over again. What we gonna do? I'm just throwing out some ideas. What y'all think? Y'all let me know down in the comments.
Medical help. They are then transported and a hold is put on them. An emergency detention hold is placed, I believe, up to 72 hours.
Thanks, guys. We're going to reset for Spanish. So if you want to.
So they just said he was put in there for 72 hours. Is that 72 hours not long enough? What are they doing in that 72 hours? Okay. Is he in the actual whatever psych unit? Is he getting talked to and questioned? Is he getting evaluated? And then can we tell if they faking it? Or can we tell if they really sick, but they can just snap back normal real quick and then go right back to being crazy? Like, because I'm sure they don't want to be there. So they're gonna do whatever they can to get out. Do we need a more thorough detention? A more thorough hold?
Say you're more than welcome. If not,
Right, that is the update from police officials out in Austin. That was really a wild scene throughout the city in Austin.
But yeah, that's that, man. Condolences to the three victims and their families. We have to stop this nonsense. Prayers to the dude family as well. I know they didn't ask to be put in this situation, and I know they're gonna have to deal with a lot of negative kickback, and man, they're gonna have to go through some hell too. So condolences to both sides. Um, I ain't talking about the suspect, but yeah, man, tell your loved ones you love them. But we gotta do better. We gotta do better, and we gotta just unite, come together. But that's all I got for y'all. Little episode, solo dolo episode by your boy E. You know what I'm saying? Um, just reacted to something relevant in today's news. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do y'all think somewhere in the justice system we're going wrong? There's a flaw. What do y'all think about the laws as far as firearms and the repercussions of a firearm falling into the wrong hands and being used in malicious ways? What do y'all think about detention holds for those that have mental health crisis? Um, what do y'all think about just background checks in general? Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. This wraps up another episode of The Heart of a Family. And without further ado, one family, endless connections, and we out. Bye.